Capsule Corporation. What if Goku landed at Capsule Corporation? This is a what if that I thought of. I thought that this could really actually change the Dragon Ball timeline, if you think about it. So, when Goku was sent off, his turbulence would not make him go anywhere. He'd just go straight into the city, which would make him actually hit into into the backyard, into the giant. Actually, you'd flame right through, right in front of Bulma as she screams, saying, "Ah, hello."
So, you hear what?
Yeah. I'm gonna record. Alright, so Bulma would scream as Goku actually landed in her room. Exploding, Bulma would not die from the explosion, but she would be kinda hurt. As Dr. Brief and, the mom would rush in to see if Bulma's alright. Then they see that there's a giant space pod. There's like this weird pod thingy. And Bulma explains how randomly a giant pod just came and smacked into her room. And she says that she's kinda hurt, but she's fine. Do you want me to do that? So with this, Goku would still be wild for about 5 years of his life. But with the assistant, with actually them not knowing what to do with him, he's crazy. They don't want to release him on the streets because they know he might hurt people. They decide to leave him with Bulma for a little bit to see if she can try and calm him down, and Bulma finally gets him, and then he stops. His Gine side takes over instead of his Saiyan side. His kind-hearted Goku side comes in. As 10 years later, Goku is 15. Well, actually, no, Goku was about 11. Actually, 12. Since they have such brief technology, and Dr. Brief knows that Goku's a fighter because he scanned the Podans from outer space from a warrior race, and Dr. Brief tells Goku all about how he's a Saiyan and all that crap because he read it, but he doesn't know who his parents are. As Goku considers Bulma's sister and Dr. Brief and his mom and his wife as his parents. So basically, when he reaches 12, of course, Dr. Brief would actually invent him a small gravity room for his birthday. Goku would go straight in on it, and would train non-stop for months on months. He'd become an amazing martial artist. He's finally, and his power level is about 50,000. His power level is super strong because of gravity training. Because we saw how strong Vegeta got with gravity training. Goku, when he's about 15, puts it up to about 15,000. 100 times gravity, as he gets to a power level of 90,000. When he reaches 18. When he reaches about Z form, he's really strong. Then, he knows that since he's such a great martial artist, he wants him to go train, and actually go train with Gohan and Master Roshi. As Goku flies off, since I'm gonna say Goku knows how to fly, and flies off to Gohan for a little bit of light training, and he learns how to train really well for 1 year. Then he goes to Master Roshi, and Master Roshi teaches him the Kamehameha. Goku already knows some similar, just basic ki blasts. And he was also given the power pole from Gohan. Now he's a master with the power pole and the flying Nimbus. Goku invents a transformation called Power Pole Pro, which he can use at will, and he's super strong. Then, I think he'd also have met Chi-Chi and had Gohan. I'm gonna say that. It's just Goku's way stronger than this timeline. And yeah. So, when Z actually starts, we'd have Raditz landing, and Raditz, since his Kakarot's power level is over... Oh yeah, Goku would actually be called Kakarot in this timeline. He'd say Kakarot, and Goku asks who he is, and he says that he's his other brother, and he's come to take him back. And he knows that Kakarot's got a really high power level, stronger than his, Vegeta's, and Nappa's combined. And he wants him to come with him, and he says no. So Raditz says that he's gonna have to fight him then. Raditz knowing that he's probably gonna die. As Raditz rushes at him, and Goku punches him in the stomach, breaking his armor in his stomach as he blasts him back. Goku would appear behind him with the power pole and jab him in the back, then start smacking him up using his technique called power pole combination. And then he uses a Kamehameha to annihilate Raditz, but before that he appears next to Raditz and grabs his scouter away from him. Then he uses it and says, "Whoever they are, you better come to Earth." And he says, "You better not come to Earth." He says, and Raditz is dead now, as he crushes his scouter. Then, 1 year later, after he got the thing, Goku trains even more, and now he's at a power level of 100,000. Now he is strong, but first he goes to wipe out Pilaf's army as he obliterates it. As Goku absolutely annihilates it. Then Goku would go to the Korin's tower and get the holy water. But this is much different. I'm gonna say that since Goku's really strong and his potential is much higher, he would be given the holy water, probably give him a power boost of 25,000. So he'd have, and he also let Gohan drink it, which Gohan would get an insta 25,000 boost. As Gohan is now way stronger. Actually, no. Gohan has a power level of 10,000. With his training with Goku and all that crap. Now, with Goku's training, he'd probably have about a power level of 30,000 because Goku's very strong. And halfway through that year, he would also be told by Kami to go to, would take him to the afterlife to show him to King Kai's place. As Gohan and Goku would head straight to King Kai to start training. They'd both learn Kaioken, then they'd head off. With them being way faster, because Goku has the Flying Nimbus and he can fly. So they're much faster. So they make it instantly back in a couple of seconds. Then he's brought straight in to the... And Chi-Chi's at Bulma's house waiting for Goku to return and help fight the Saiyans. Because Tien, Shenhan, Piccolo, who's been revived, and Goku already made peace with, Master Roshi, and Gohan are all fighting Vegeta and Nappa, but they're all killed. And I mean all of them. Then Gohan and Goku arrive, and wants to know who they killed, and he says that he killed a Baldi, a green man, and Goku is mad as he launches a Kamehameha, which is humongous and annihilates Nappa.